Hey, welcome back. And yeah, today the topic is AI is about handling long tail data, or you can say handling edge cases. So if you would like to receive more of this content, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, so back to our topic. AI is about handling long tail data. What I mean by long tail? Uh, so first we need to ask a question: why do we want to build AI system? Why do we want to build the machine learning models in the first place? The reason we want to use machine learning, especially deep learning, to solve problem is because the problem is too complex to write the rules to handle. It doesn't just like the problem you can solve by programming. You just write a program, just to write some predict logics, then you can solve that. Yeah, because it's too many. There are too many cases, too many exceptions, so you couldn't handle. For example, human conversation. To build a chatbot to understand human conversation is extremely hard. So you cannot just write the rules to do that. So that's why people train a lot of deep learning models to do that, because humans can say too many different things. Most of our sentences are very different. So if you look at the chart, the number of sentences, the sentence the frequency of sentence that's being used as y-axis, and the number of sentences as x-axis, you will find out most of sentences are in the long tail, because the frequencies of those sentences being used uh, is just pretty low, but they consist of 70% of the data. So most of sentences are infrequent sentences. How do you handle that kind of situation? That's hard. That's why we employ deep learning models. And another example for that is maybe self-driving car. Uh, there are so many different scenarios, and maybe 70% of scenarios are in the long tail, and 30% are in the very like scenarios in the like head. So there are two parts, head and the long tail. And if you write the rules, most of the self-driving car, they actually basically use a lot of rules to handle, and you can handle 30% of cases. But for another 70% of long tail cases, it's really hard. So that's the reason we need a machine learning model to do that, and still like some way to go. And yeah, that's just some examples of why we need AI, and the AI is about long tail, and dealing those 70% of long tail cases is really hard, and you need to increase your model capacity, the training data for the model, maybe by 10 times to increase maybe 10% of the performance. Yeah, because this long tail data are really very diverse. That's why you need a lot of data to train that. So that's also the tricky part of building an AI software, AI company, because the cost of maybe it's easy to solve the 30% of the problem. You can use like very general corpus, and you can train build your model easily. But to handle another 70% is just extremely hard. So that's the reason AI company usually have lower gross margin, because they need a lot of data to increase their just a little bit of their performance. Maybe I give you another example. To do speech recognition, maybe it's easy to maybe handle 30% of the population, 30% of the kind of situations, but another 70% of the sentences, the accents, the dialects that people use, it's just super hard to handle that well, and you need a lot of data to do that. So that's another example of long tail data. Maybe it's not exactly long tail, but you get the idea. So long tail data, most of the cases are in the long tail. That's the like the nature of complex system, and that's also why we need AI. We need deep learning models, because the complex system is too complex to write rules, and usually the nature of complex systems, they have this long tail distribution. So that's just what I want to share with you today. That I may talk about the solutions for this, but in this video I just present the problems to you. Maybe you can think about how to solve that, and knowing this will help you to build the better and more efficient AI company or products. So that's all for today. If you would like to receive more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And other than that, I will see you next time.